To yet another piece of breaking news coming in. Now, amid Saudi Arabia and Pakistan's defence pact that was signed just a few days ago, big remark by Pakistani Defence Minister coming in. Khawaja Asif claims that Saudi Arabian troops will get involved if there is a military confrontation between India and Pakistan as part of new Pakistan-Saudi military defence pact. And even though there is no mention of any country that have been named in this pact as aggressors, we are given to understand that Khawaja Asif has indeed named India and Pakistan's example. This is the breaking input we are receiving in for you. Let's listen into what the minister has to say.
सब इस वक्त तराजू में क्योंकि जब होता है कि एक पर हमला दूसरे पर हमला तो फिर ज़ाहिर पाकिस्तान की तो भारत के साथ नहीं बनती और हालिया भी जंग हुई तो क्या ये समझा जाए कि बाकायदा तौर पर वो भी उस तरीके से इन्वॉल्व होंगे अगर पाकिस्तान और भारत का तनाज़ा होता है फिर सऊदी अरब का किसी से तनाज़ा होता है तो हमारी भी फोर्सेस इन्वॉल्व होंगी?
जी बिल्कुल, इसमें कोई शक नहीं है। हमने कोई किसी जो है वो मुल्क का नाम नहीं लिया कि कौन मुल्क जो है वो अग्रेसर होगा तो हम जो है वो रिटेलिएट करेंगे। ना सऊदी अरेबिया ने उसका कोई नाम लिया है ना हमने कोई नाम लिया है। तो इट इज़ जस्ट एक अम्ब्रेला है जो प्रोवाइड किया गया है दोनों अतराफ से कि किसी के साथ भी एग्रेशन हो, किसी साइड से भी एग्रेशन हो, वो जॉइंटली उस चीज़ को जो है डिफेंड किया जाएगा, उस अग्रेशन का जवाब दिया जाएगा। इट इज़ नॉट एन अग्रेसिव पैक्ट।
And now CNN News 18's Akash Sharma joins us live this morning. Akash, a very good morning to you. There's a big remark coming in by the Pakistani Defence Minister, and even though the pact does not mention any aggressor, what we see here is that the Defence Minister is singling out India. How do you read into this response?
It was an answer to a question where the news presenter is in fact asking, about specifically India. And that's when the Defence Minister of Pakistan is talking about India. And he himself is mentioning that in the pact there is, no mention of any aggressor, any country as an aggressor. As far as India is concerned, so, it is not a matter of concern for India. Also because of the fact that militarily also, if you see, so, India has got capabilities to deal with the possible, situation that can come in future. As far as experts are concerned, so experts say that, in fact, there is no definite point that can be a matter of concern for India, specifically given the fact that, India shares a good bond and good relation with Saudi Arabia as well. And, as far as technicalities of the pact are concerned, so there is a difference in opinion, of course. This pact can be a hurdle, I should say, in any sort of, operation like what we have seen just a few months ago. But then, experts are reading, in fact, this particular pact with a lens of what has been happening in the Middle East for quite some time. And for India, it is not a matter of concern up to that level.
All right, Akash, thank you so much for joining us. We also have Colonel Rohit Dev joining us this morning. Colonel, a very good morning to you. Appreciate you taking time appearing on our channel. Now, there's a big remark coming in by the Pakistani Defence Minister, and what stands out here is the fact that he's singling out India. How do you view this?
I don't think so. He is accurate in calling out for India, because if you see the fine print of the strategic sort of a pact, it is basically to enhance the defense cooperation and strengthen joint deterrence. Thereafter, yes, it does goes to say that the agreement states that aggression against any country shall be considered as against both, but it is not definitive on action where to be taken. So I don't think so. Pakistan should read much between lines. Saudi Arabia will never jeopardize the economic relations with India in the current future or the far future as well. And this is not, as people are trying to construe, some kind of a leverage being put on India at the behest of United States on the Middle Eastern countries for the oil trade with the Russians, which India is doing for the benefit of both, again, Europe and US itself. So I don't think so this is going to last for long in that context, because India is very, very sure that our energy needs and our defense preparedness both are going hand in hand and quite aggressively to ensure that we are the deterrent power, even militarily, for at least any other country except maybe US and China today. And I don't think so Pakistan should read anything into this. Yes, they are pledging their own troops. So they have about 2.5 million people staying in the Saudi Arabian soil. So Pakistanis are looking at their own interests. They are looking at, trying to get some kind of technology push through the Saudi Arabian country, through other countries of NATO. That must be their plan. But to say that it is going to, what will they do actually? Pakistan itself cannot, last for more than 4 days with a war with India. You think Saudi Arabia is going to pump in some weapon systems against India? It's not going to happen. If you're thinking about, the Saudi Arabian bases to be utilized by whom? Pakistan, they will go far away to come back to India with their aircrafts. I don't think so. This synergy is going to be, so to say, aimed against a country particular. Yes, there are Middle Eastern issues where Pakistan has, like the Islamic Caliphate dream it has tried to pledge its support to Turkey and other countries, trying to fight with Israel and others. It's a broader contour of that deterrence. It has no value of any aggression against a country called Bharat. And I will be, good to say that the Pakistanis should not live in some kind of a la-la land like this to try and construe from this pact that they're going to jeopardize the strategic interest of Bharat in Middle East or anything else. So I don't think so this is correct. And let's not read too much between lines. The ME has said very categorically that they are reading the fine print. And while they say that, the clarifications would have been taken already by the government of India with the, Saudi Arabian kind of government and their kingship. But I'm not too sure that Pakistan should read this line as such. So they are making a mistake. The problem is that they're calling it out as some kind of a strategic partnership to fight a war with anybody Pakistan wants to fight. I don't think so. Saudi Arabia is going to put its money into a failed state like Pakistan to fight with a country like India, from which it tends to gain much, much, much more, both economically, socially, culturally, and in the future in terms of technology and innovation. And the kind of investments which are coming mutually between Saudi Arabia, G2G, and also the business-to-business relations rising between the two countries, Pakistan has no chance to offset that, to try to do a skirmish in Kashmir and then invoke this pact. It's not going to happen. It's going to be read in the fine print as it happens. And Saudi Arabia as a country is not a fool to give money to Pakistan for every war it's going to fight. Yes, it is going to solidify the Islamic Caliphate against non-Islamic countries to the degree of promoting whatever they have been doing for the last 3 decades. That might continue, but that should not impinge on any relation, especially between Saudi Arabia and India. I'm not too sure about a few other Middle Eastern countries otherwise, but these countries are very strong for the future, and Pakistan can go ahead and keep saying whatever they want to say on any fora, because just talking to Trump and lending away Balochistan gas, or trying to deal with Trump's family in terms of crypto, or doing anything and selling their country, because they were now up for bidders. So they were selling it to China earlier. Now they want to shift gear and sell it to America for dollars. I'm not too sure how long this country, which is on sale, is going to last. And Saudi Arabia is going to use this country in terms of any deterrence capability it wants. So obviously it will be something like keep $2 foot soldiers going from Pakistan to man something for Saudi Arabia in their economic interests, their ventures, and maybe fight their wars. It's not going to be the other way around. You will not see Saudi Arabian army coming on the border to fight with the Indians. It's never going to happen in their wildest dreams, and they should not dream like this. So I think the Pakistani establishment should smell the coffee. Just signing this pact is not guaranteeing any sort of military application of the Saudi Arabian forces, especially against a country like India. So it's a cuckoo land they are living in. They are dreaming very big, but it's all false hopes. And India is very, very, very powerful to ensure that these economic ties do not take a contour of any muscle flexing by any Middle Eastern country.
Right. Colonel, I also wish to understand a few things from you as far as the implications of this pact is concerned. Do you think this pact could lead to any arms race as far as South Asian region is concerned?
See, there is nothing called arms race in this region otherwise. See, there are only a couple of powers which are left in this area. One is China, one is India. Insofar as Middle East is concerned, they have been largely handled by the United States of America and NATO country, with their bases being in these countries. And the interest has been because of the oil. So obviously, oil has been able to buy favors by deploying troops from developed countries. You see, these developed countries don't even put forces into United Nations missions, but they put bases in foreign lands like this to serve their own interest. So from that perspective, these countries have gained US money, US equipment, NATO equipment, and that's about all. But do these countries see a war in this region? They don't, because they want prosperity from the oil to be continued. They want future prosperity from renewable energies to continue. So they are doing everything in their pocketbook to make sure in the next 15 years there is an energy transition. They lead that. They have tech innovation. They are institutionalizing the entire thing by putting prize money on tech innovation in this entire region. So these are not the countries primarily who are going to be planning to fight wars and have an arms race within their own Middle Eastern countries. The only countries which are going to, have more hardware growing, and India is one of them, but India is also looking for it from the lens of being a defense manufacturer, in the future, which has got huge economic benefits, and building a partnership with Global South and others who are weaker to be able to, conjoin at least the technological drive, investment and defense preparedness. So I don't think so that Middle East is looking at any kind of a flare-up in terms of these systems. They are able to buy these systems, and I'm quite sure they will be able to buy the cheap boots of Pakistani army to supplement any force where required. So I think that is their game. They don't put money into training their own people to die on battlefields. That's never been their concept currently, and that may be the concept of Pakistan, because there the lives are very cheap. But it's not the case in the Middle Eastern countries. They're a very developed feature. Most of the countries are aligned to a way for prosperity and not for military deterrences, and military aggression is absolutely taboo in the future as well.
All right, Colonel, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your valuable inputs.
Hey, thank you for watching this on CNBC-TV18. Hope you liked it. For more such interesting news and updates, follow CNBC-TV18 on all the social media platforms.